Welcome to the JoeQCar Show. This episode, we talk with Sebastian from AutoPlushies.com. He's manufacturing, developing, coming up with, along with his buddy Hans, a whole line of stuffed cars. If you're interested in connecting with the JoeQCar Show, head over to Facebook.com right now and search it up, JoeQCar Show. And also, I'm on Instagram, at JoeQCar. My good friends Michael Block linked me over to some Twingos, and They weren't the normal kind of Twingos. They were plushy Twingos. So, and for the listeners who don't know what a Twingo is, just Google it.
It's just the cutest car.
It is.
It's simply the cutest car out there.
So, because it's a cute car, I think it's gotten a following behind it, including yourself.
Yes, exactly. So, it all started with my best friend Hans and I. And we always chat about cars and with cars we would like to get later on and etc. And then suddenly we thought about it, that it's a bit strange that no one in the world produces plush cars. And no one does Twingos. And we wanted Twingos.
Yes.
So we both just thought, why not do it ourselves? And that's how it actually started.
So it was just a good idea between you and your friend, and you started off, your first model that you started making plushy vehicles is Twingos.
Exactly. We started roughly 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't know it's been around for that long, because as soon as I saw it, I have a child on the way, and I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't even tell my wife.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. But I didn't tell my wife, but this is going to be the stuffed animal. Like, I know it's like animal in quotes, like stuffed animal that this kid's gonna adore, and they're gonna have no idea why. They're like, years from now, I think it's gonna be really funny. They're like, Daddy, why is my name Twingo?
You see, that was the second reason why we wanted to do it, because for kids you only have those puppets, you only have dolls, but you don't have cars. You don't have, for boys, a blue car or a pink car if they want, and you don't have for girls cars for them to play with.
Right.
So we thought it's a perfect thing which doesn't exist yet.
And I love it. I love that you started with the Twingo. I had a chance. I was trying to actually move over to Germany, and I always said to myself, if I ever move to Europe, I'm gonna buy a Twingo. That's what I want. I want that car so bad, and I want to make I don't want to do anything too crazy to it. I just want to keep it nice. I've never driven one. I have an obsession with them, but I've never got to drive one. Have you driven them?
A Twingo, not yet. My friend did. I sadly didn't have the chance yet.
Oh my gosh! So I'm
still a virgin.
Oh my gosh, me too. This is just two people that don't know what they're talking about telling other people things.
No, but seriously, it's just the cutest car. Like, for us, it was a very simple thought, because it already looks like a toy. It already looks like a baby face. So to do it as a plush, it's easier than, let's say, a Ford Mustang Fastback, which is very edgy.
Yeah, because
which is the next car which we're doing.
Oh, really? Oh, great. So when can we look forward to something like that?
Well, roughly end of February, you will see the Fiat 500, the classic version.
Great.
The Ford Mustang Fastback. And end of April, you will have a Porsche 911.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're going to be taking so much of my money, but I'm so excited to give it to you.
Give me your money.
Yeah, no problem. Here you go. In fact, I'll just give you my PayPal information. Every time a new one comes out, you just bill me.
That's super.
That's what you should do. Yeah. So how are you producing these? Are these did you find a manufacturer?
Exactly. So Hans started the idea. It was his brainchild. And then he came to me and said, look, I'd like to start this. Where should we go? And so I Googled a bit, I researched a bit, and I found in China 2-3 manufacturers that are certified, who did this for a long time and who know their stuff.
Yeah, who are making other plushy things.
Exactly, but not cars, but dolls. Just they should be in the same area of expertise. And after that, we did some drawings, a lot of samples back and forth, a lot of communication problems with them. And after, I would say it took us 4 to 5 months until we had a finished product. And so now with every model, we roughly have that it takes us 3 to 4 months
And I could believe
to
it.
produce something new.
So, like, just getting a little bit off cars here and kind of international business, between
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
between language barriers and time zones, and also cultural differences too. You know, like
Absolutely.
there's so many different aspects between Americans and Europeans, between Europeans and Asians, and every country in between those spots in the world. Like, it is very difficult to work on a manufacturing project globally, and so
Mainly if you're not there, if you can't oversee everything.
did you go through that kind of struggle?
Yes, for us, the biggest problem was we're still Swiss deep inside. And so for us, details and perfection is number one.
Of course.
So to have every little detail perfect was a big challenge, because Chinese manufacturing, they just see what is the easiest way to do it and which is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
They usually don't expect that someone wants them to produce that high quality. And we're paying relatively a lot for a plush toy
Absolutely.
per unit,
Yeah.
because we have so many embroiderments, so many details. You see the windshield wipers, and you just don't find that kind of detail in other plush toys in general.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, across all plush toys, these look very detailed. I haven't gotten mine yet. I hope it's nice and soft for my baby, but I'm sure it will be, because I've seen the other people talk about them, and already there's been just so many rants and
That
raves.
is for us the biggest joy. The feedback we get from people that really makes it worthwhile doing this.
Well,
The photos, we love fan photos. Please send us fan photos. We absolutely love them.
where can they contact you for fan photos and just getting in contact?
Facebook. Just post them on Facebook.
And do they tag you as auto?
Yeah, they tag us on Instagram, they tag us on Facebook, or they send us to our personal email address from Autoplush.
Uh-huh.
Like mine is Sebastian at autoplush.com. And they just send it directly, and we just love the photos. For instance, one person bought, I think, 5 blue Twingos, and he just put it on the dashboard of his blue Twingo.
Oh my goodness, this is perfect.
But it looked amazing. It looked amazing.
So I'm really glad you started going down this. What has been the biggest hurdle for you getting started with this whole process of auto plushes?
I would say 2 things. On the one hand, it's still a financial risk, because you have to think about it. You send money to China, to someone you don't know, and you just hope that they keep their word.
Right.
It's not that you're going to a shop next door and you're giving them money and you know what you're getting. You're sending money to China, literally, and you have no idea if you'll get it.
So
So that was for me at the beginning a bit of a, are we actually doing this? But thank God everything worked out perfectly. No problems at all until now.
So when you're doing, I mean, obviously you're ordering these in bulk. How are you storing them? Are they getting stored in China? Are they getting stored in Switzerland? Or do you have a manufacturing partner?
No, we want everything in Switzerland.
Okay, good.
Like, we also ship it from Switzerland, because again, like, product quality is number one. We could have easily sent it just from China and save 50% of our costs.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then we can't check the quality. Like, each plush we send, we check.
So
and that's why.
And that's one thing I think
We store it at my place and at Hans's place. We have a 50-50. At the moment, the capacity is still working, but from next year on, we will have a storage room.
Well, I think that's very important, because I'm familiar with manufacturing overseas, and being able to control that quality process, whether it's a vehicle or a plushy vehicle, it's a or a computer or just any widget, you just don't know until you get the finished product, and I think it's so important, especially for a premium product like what you have. So yeah, so you're starting with the next one you're bringing to market is going to be a fastback Mustang. What, like this 60s era?
Actually, the next one is the Miata, the MX-5,
yes.
Generation
Perfect.
1.
Oh my God.
Well, that one should have arrived end of this year. But again, we don't just produce the products or the cars and say, this is done. We show to potential customers and we ask them, so we show to the fan community, what do you guys think about this? Is this worthwhile for you? Is it good enough? Is it perfect enough? And so we finished the sampling phase, and then an overwhelming amount of people said, no, we don't like it. The the behind is not bubbly enough. People said the front is not good. And at the beginning, it was a convertible that you could put your phone where the seats are, but that distorted the whole shape. So suddenly you had 50% of the people saying, I like that, and 50% who said, no, I want a roof.
So you went through design phases, and you did market testing, and you're bringing the Miata to market. Now, what about the headlights? Are the headlights up or are the headlights down?
Of course they're up. That was a huge issue in production.
I imagine so.
I think people don't understand how much time we invest in those plushies, because we do it more for love. Like the hours I put in, I'm not getting paid for that. Like it doesn't work economically. We truly do it for the love of cars. And so just to get those headlights out, because Hans is an engineer, and the hours we discussed how we should do that, because we actually want to do it that you can flip them in and out, but without metal pieces. We didn't figure it out, to be honest. We really tried, but at the end, we didn't want any hard pieces. We didn't want plastic or metal in it, mainly for kids, for transportation. It seemed too much of a hassle for what it should do. But the lights will be out.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's a very important for the first gen Miata to have the lights up and out and see. You know.
Absolutely.
So if the top is up or down, that's secondary. I'm very excited.
I think there will be 50-50 of those.
Okay, cool. Well,
again, depending if the manufacturing allows it, we still have to see. Things we want to do is one thing. The next is, can manufacturing actually do it?
And that's always the hard part. This is so great because I didn't know if you were going to be able to speak to the manufacturing side, or I didn't even know if you were making these by hand. I mean, I didn't know what the process was. So to hear that you're going through the same kind of pains and sufferings that the automakers would go through, just on a smaller scale, like this is a miniature version of what the automakers go through on every time they make a new model. So,
and Hans is one of the coolest people I know, and he's very curious and he wants to learn. So I told him, the best thing would be if we get someone here in Switzerland to sew all the things together, the samples.
Oh my goodness.
So he told me I will do it myself. He taught himself how to do samples.
So they sent you raw materials and you sewed them together, or Hans sewed them together himself.
Yeah, but imagine he's an engineer. He's a little rocker. He's in a metal band. He has long blonde hair. So you see this guy just sewing things together, and I just couldn't take him serious anymore. I told him, look, Hans, stop it. We'll send it to someone else. This can't go like this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but again, he's the coolest person. He wanted to do it by himself. He wants to know how it works, that he knows what the challenges are. And actually did help us.
And especially that kind of hands-on, I think absolutely does help us. So Hans is the engineer behind this, and then your role is on the marketing side and the promotional side. What?
I do everything in between.
So
I'm the all-rounder.
So you're doing outreach, you're doing communication, you're doing support, you're doing the order fulfillment, you're doing
exactly
everything, every other part of the business.
I do every other part at the moment.
That is fantastic. I hope that you actually start seeing a good profit on these things, because I want to see so many more of these. I'm sure you guys also feel that way.
Absolutely. But the thing is, again, the amount of hours we invest, like in no way we could just pay ourselves salaries. Like that doesn't work.
It is definitely simply, for the love.
If we would sell 100,000 cars, of course, that would be something else. But at the moment, we're no way in that range. And I don't think we will ever be in that range.
I don't know, though. I mean, like you could partner up with some businesses, and I think you can move a decent amount of volume. There's a lot of potential in something like this. At least, the car community.
Next year will be very interesting for us, because I am pushing for it to see what are our limits. Because just to see, can we with 26, we're both roughly 26, are we able to make a successful plush car business out of this.
I hope so.
But again, at the moment, we're not paying we're not paying salaries or anything. Like, in no
you're
way.
doing it because it's fun, and you hope maybe down the line you can make money off of it, but you do it because you love it, and that's why I do podcasts, and I think that's hopefully.
I think you really have to do some things which just make you happy,
right?
Like
exactly.
with the first 500 orders we got, I think 300 people sent me private messages with just hun hun hun, and I didn't understand what is happening, so I asked Hans, people are sending me hun hun hun. Did I miss something?
Yes.
And he tells me that is how the French laugh, ha ha ha, and that's why they're sending us hun hun hun. And since then, every time I get a message, I lose it.
Oh my goodness, that's perfect. So this is interesting. Where it sounds like you're selling a lot of these in France. Where are the other countries that you've gotten orders from?
Actually, not.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just people send us hun hun hun.
Oh, okay, because it's a Twingo. Yes, okay.
Yes, exactly. No, but mainly we sell in America, and then now, funny enough, it's Poland, and we're getting more and more from Japan.
Oh, I
more
bet
and more orders.
The Japan market would be absolutely colossal for
Japan.
this.
We're really hoping that the Miatas, I think those will be sucked up instantly. That's why I'm just telling to anyone who's listening, like the first Twingos, they got sold out. We sold out in a day. And we think with the Mazdas, if you want one, you have to, in the first few minutes, be there to buy one. Otherwise, they're out.
Okay, well, I'm just going to send you my money right now.
Yes.
This is
like, people ask us if they can do pre-orders, and the thing is, it's really difficult to keep pre-orders of 100, 200 units.
Oh, of course.
Of 100, 200 people. And we don't want to take money if we don't have products. It feels a bit shady. So
Absolutely.
We only want to, we only accept payment if we say we have the product in front of us and we can sell it. So at the moment, we're on Facebook as Auto Plushies. You find us on our homepage on autoplush.com, or of course on Insta, Auto Plushies.
All right. And as of right now, you have Twingos for sale.
We just got a week ago the latest Twingo batch with the new limited edition. Those are always for us the most exciting ones because we combine colors. And now we also have new tractors. Because a good friend of mine, he's in the tractor business. He sells spare parts. And he just asked me, hey, what do you think? Could you also do tractors? And we sort of took it as a challenge to try and do it. And I have to say, I'm not sure if I like the tractors more than the Twingos because they're so cute.
I saw the tractors, and I thought the tractors was the first run. Like, all right, we'll try it on tractors first, and then we'll do Twingos. But now I understand, after hearing it. So yeah. A friend he's a John Deere tractor person?
Yes, and Hurliman.
Hurliman.
It's a different brand. And he sells spare parts for all tractors a bit. And he said when he goes to events, there are a lot of families there, farmers, and with their children. And of course, the children run to places where they see toys.
Uh-huh.
So he looks at this more as a marketing thing. That you put them in front, that the kids go there, the parents go to, and then he has a reason to chat with them.
And what a genius idea. Also, I mean, and I'm not sure if you have any perspective on this, but in America, the John Deere tractor, that green tractor, is a huge, humongous icon. And I think you will sell so many of those. It just needs to get into the right communities, and those will be flying off your shelves. I'm sure of it.
Like we didn't do yet marketing for the tractors because we're redoing our homepage at the moment.
Uh-huh.
We started redoing it, and then we had technical problems. So we stopped that, and now in the next 2-3 weeks, the whole homepage will be redone. And also, if you notice, you find the tractors under Twingos.
I did see that, but
I know. So, we try to switch that, but we're not able to do that at the moment. So the moment the homepage is running perfectly, we will start also advertise in the tractor companies or tractor communities, because we truly hope that people will get as excited about those plushies as we are.
Well,
Like,
I can't wait.
We received 70 kilograms of plush toys last week.
Oh my
70
God.
kilograms. Like, my friends didn't take me serious when I showed them the photos of just a huge wall of plushies.
So that's like 100 and that's over 150 pounds. That's 154 pounds of just stuffed stuffed vehicles.
Yep.
This is outrageous.
Like, I got so excited when I saw those boxes. Like, when I unpacked them, the colors, and again, to see that the quality is perfect. The quality is absolutely perfect. We have maybe one in a few hundred, which is not good in average. So that is really impressive.
That is very impressive. Normally, it's like you get a bunch of average and you get a couple below average. So
Exactly.
it sounds
but
like
with us, we really found the right person.
I feel like you guys went through a lot of different phases of making sure you have the right manufacturing partner, and then the fact that you're doing a quality check before they get sent out to the end customer is just spectacular too. I know it's time consuming, but your brand, I mean, you're building a brand here. You're building an automotive manufacturing brand essentially.
And we also do security checks, of course. Like, we are certified. Like, our products get tested.
So wait. Like, not
we
crash
do the whole
tested.
range.
So tell me more about this.
We also have a photo how it's getting crash tested on our home. That's again a fan photo. We love fan photos. Please keep that going. No, we do security testing, like flammability, toxicity, and for children that they can't choke on pieces.
So this is what I mean. One of the reasons you didn't want to put metal in the flip-up headlights. I mean, you just can't have that kind of thing inside of there if you don't want a choking hazard to be there.
Exactly. It is on the one part choking hazard. It is shipping. It's heavier if you have metal pieces. You have many. It makes everything more complicated.
So
and again, it's a security risk.
So when you roll out the complete line, I mean, do you have a storyboard of different ones coming out? What do you think what is the one you're looking most forward to, or what one are you looking forward to getting out there besides the Twingo?
I think I'm torn between the Porsche 911 and my favorite car is the Porsche 928.
Oh, wow.
So
oh, my gosh.
And I told Hans, I know the 928 maybe won't sell a lot because the community is not big, but there I just don't care. I want that as a plush.
Wow. Yeah.
So the 928, that's really my baby in full red with the headlights out.
Yes. Perfect. Oh, so that's going to be your just pet project, basically.
Exactly. I'm happy if we can sell a bit of those, but otherwise, I'll just keep 100 or so for myself.
Oh my goodness.
Also, we are very happy to hear also from people what plush cars they want. So we also do that very often. We simply ask on Facebook, on boards or homepages, which car would you like to see as a plush? And also for your audience, if you have inputs, if you say, I want this car, if we get many feedbacks, we will do that car for you. Like, this is really a community-driven thing.
It sounds like this is, like you're saying, this. I think the most wonderful part is you guys, both you and Hans, are part of the automotive community, so you understand what people are looking for, and you take everybody's feedback so seriously. So I can't wait to get mine and send a picture of send maybe multiple pictures. What probably with me, but with my kid. This is going to be the first stuffed animal that my kid touches. Is going to be this.
Oh, I'm excited.
It might even be the Miata if I can get my hands on one of those too. But
I can send you a photo of the prototype.
Oh, I would love it. Yeah.
It looks very goofy because the headlights are too far apart.
Okay.
But it just shows how it starts.
Well,
like the headlights are far apart, the the behind is not round enough, not bubbly enough, how people say. So those little things are still being changed. We just wanted to look as original and as authentic as possible. So you can't have, if you look at other car brands, for instance, I know that Porsche does their own original plush cars, but they're very, nothing against Porsche, I love you, Porsche. In my eyes, they're not very, the quality is not really there. You see that the wheels are the same colors, or it's the same print, like the windows, like the front, like everything looks gray. It's not perfect. And that's why we really wanted to make a product where you see the details, you see the differences, you see that we put love into it.
Sebastian, thank you so much for your time, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what other things you have in store on autoplush.com, and I already liked it on Facebook, and I'm following the community, and can't wait to promote just such a. And I was excited before, but now that I got to talk to you here on the show, I'm just even more excited to support your ventures, you and Hans, out in Switzerland.
Thank you so much. Like, it means really a lot to us.
Well, I want to say thank you again to Sebastian for coming on the JoeQCar Show. Who knew that creating a toy brand of cars is pretty complicated and comparable to making anything overseas? So I thought that was a really interesting conversation. Again, go visit his store. I want to give a big shout out to anybody who's listening, downloading this show. Thank you very much. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Make sure to rate this show wherever you're getting it from. Shout out to Nail1200 for making the theme music, and you can always start your own podcast for free at shoutengine.com.